Good afternoon, viewers. This is Joba here, coming in front of you almost about 2.5 months now. This is a very unusual situation that we are going through worldwide, and we do not know where it is heading to. While people earlier was complaining about not spending enough time with the family, spending more time onto Bangalore traffic, and had all the complaints on earth, the same people are complaining now that is the space is not there at home, and that is the most common. I could hear the complaint, and for the kids, they are not able to go out. The for the housewife is more of work. Those who are working lady is the home plus office work with so many calls is such a stress situation that we are going in today's life, and we do not know whether it is a new normal or another 6 months, 1 year, where it is going, when it will get over. We have a doctor with us, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. N. Chandrasekhar. I'm sure you have interacted with him earlier. We had a beautiful session earlier, and I want to, ask him few questions about this. How about the new normal, and what is the stress level? What is that the family is going through? How to handle those situations? There are children at home. There are elderly people at home. So while we are on live, please share your thoughts, your questions to us, and we will answer it. Let me just introduce Dr. Chandrasekhar to you. Lieutenant Colonel Chandrasekhar is an Indian Army veteran practicing as a consultant in psychiatry with the Sagar Hospitals family. He is a graduate and postgraduate in psychiatry from the prestigious Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. He has served with the Indian Army for more than 24 years, and he has a vast experience in handling people having mental health issues. Who knows better that the Army people goes through? He has had a tour of duty with the United Nations too. The doctor has vast experience of handling patients across all age groups in the field of psychiatry. His areas of interest are de-addiction psychiatry, stress-related mental health issues, and women and adolescent mental health issues. Good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon, madam. A very good afternoon to all viewers.
So, as I was, telling that the people are going through a really, really difficult time, and the corona pandemic, I think, no one could have anticipated or even thought about it that the world will come to a standstill at one go.
It's quite true. It's kind of heart-wrenching to see.
Yes.
That the world has been brought to the knees by
Yes.
just a mere virus.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's how it's
Yes.
it, and that's how we need to take it and fight it.
Yes.
That's what the human spirit is all about.
Yes. So I have a list of questions to ask that while we know that there are a lot of physical symptoms are there, it also, is affecting mental health of everybody. So it's not about the COVID patient, corona patient having some symptoms, but then the mental health, we can see that even the working people, they're getting stressed, sitting almost, 16, 17 hours in front of the computer, and they're stressed. So how to handle those stress?
At the onset, I'd just like to clarify. So far, there is no evidence to prove that coronavirus directly causes any mental health problems.
No, it's not. It's because of lockdown. People are at home.
So it's an indirect effect
Yes.
of probably
Yes.
staying at home, kind of restrictions which are placed on them by the government, by the various institutions,
Yes.
which is causing them a lot of issues, which they are finding it quite difficult to handle.
Yes.
And I'd like to say at this point of time, human beings are like that from the Adam Eve time. When told not to eat the apple, they won't eat the apple. So when probably Prime Minister Mr. Modi tells us not to go outside, that is then when we have the desire
The
that
stress.
we have to go
Yeah,
all
and
out.
that bring more stress to us that
I can't go.
I can't go. I think in that way, in our industry, we are blessed that we are coming to hospital every day.
Yes.
And I have seen my next door neighbor, they don't even open the door.
Very
They
true.
have, two office goer, husband, wife, the kid at home, and the elderly people at home. So I can understand, five people at home all the time, the kind of stress they go through. The other day, there is a TV personality. She was mentioning that, I was so used to see my husband not at home, and he used to come at late night, and suddenly he's there all the time. Now I need space. Initially it was fine that, that husband is here, probably a week is fine that, the husband is here, so more of time and all this. But as the day goes and it become 15 days, 20 days, a month, now it is going to 2 months, and now it is even further more. So, for the wife, they said I need space. For husband, they said I need space because the office Zoom call, now again it has started. The Zoom call from morning till evening is going on. He needs space. So I'm sure that you come across with a lot of this kind of, space that I need this. So how do you want to address that? That what is the best way uh, to distress themselves?
Uh, it's something like people generally follow Big Boss. So the
Mhm.
current situation we are in is something like a Big Boss. Only thing we are not sure who's got the camera and who's watching us.
Yes.
That's the way the situation is. But as you correctly pointed out, being in a confined space with kind of excessive interaction,
Yes, yes.
like what you say, there's people want their space, but I would like to start with the positives. People have started staying together,
Mm-hmm.
understanding together, have kind of nurtured their relationship much well ahead.
Mhm.
They have started spending time with their children, with their parents,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the people have progressed ahead in life.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, as you pointed out,
Mhm.
there is a small minority of people
Mhm.
who do find that uh, their nearness is kind of constricting.
Mhm.
So probably what we generally advise, especially people who come that, is to kind of give space and time. Probably work in, if the husband and wife are working, to work in two separate rooms
Mhm.
and kind of follow the same schedule what they follow in office. Probably the husband goes into a kind of a different room, stays there from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, and then comes out of the room. So it's as if he has gone to the room, gone to the office, and probably come out. So
Mhm.
that's one way of dealing for both
That's a
the
good
wife,
idea actually.
for the wife as well as for the husband.
Uh-huh.
Why the wife doesn't nag the husband that he needs to do household jobs, and the same way the wife gets space.
Mhm.
So that's one way of kind of reaching an understanding partnership.
Mhm.
Because it's all about have an understanding
Mhm.
between the couple, which
Mhm.
really will help us in resolving these
Mhm,
issues.
mhm. Also, we have seen that the accessibility of the kids more, to the social media or to the computer and all those stuff more, and now the online class is also there. So, how it is affecting the mental health of the kids, because they are even not allowed to go and play, which generally they do. If not play, at least they go and do some cycling or something. But it's all stopped now.
That's very unfortunate things which happened in the last 5 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This children's school came to an end. It's their summer holidays where they really want to enjoy, go outside. Unfortunately, things didn't happen, and they were confined inside the home, and parents had to continue working, so they didn't know how to handle the children. So the children got access to a lot of games,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of social media. It has taken its toll,
Mm-hmm.
and children do get hooked on to these medias very fast,
Right.
as we know
They're
that.
very fast.
And
yes.
now with the new kind of education pattern which is coming in, where many of the schools are moving to a
Yes, online.
online
yeah,
classes
yes,
which is going
yeah.
on. So this social, the access to electronic media is increasing. I always tell my clients that we need to start from ourselves. If I want to bring discipline to my child, I need to do that from first in myself.
You
I
mentioned
need
it
to-
earlier as well.
I need to
yes.
start disciplining myself.
Mm.
If I don't have electronic discipline for myself, I can't expect my child to be doing it.
Mhm.
So it starts from me, and I'm the first person to start it.
Mhm.
So probably you can have a discussion with your child on what are the possible, what are the timings which they have, how to go about accessing the electronic media, the social media, the games, the movies, and then probably evolve from that. It's a evolving game. We all trying to learn from this new situation because there's no perfect solution anywhere. So probably depending on the child, the requirement, and what's the available way out, we need to develop various rules. Probably from today, when the lockdown is opening up, probably we can start encouraging going outside more.
But lockdown, I think, is over from today, or it has been?
It has been reduced.
It
At
has
least
been
now.
reduced. So it's been allowed to go outside for a walk, or how do you suggest that, if they maintain the social distancing, can they go out and have some yoga session or some walk?
Yeah, walk, like that's one of the most important thing which has been missed in the last 5 to 6 weeks.
True, true.
Is the physical activity outside.
True.
So probably maintaining the social distance as been always told, wearing a mask, not kind of grouping together. If you're able to do that and go for walks, runs, cycling, it's going to be very effective both for the children and for people to handle their stresses. Because as we know, physical exercise releases certain brain chemicals which helps us in improving our mood and which eventually reduce our stress.
Right, right. So I have the next question, that we are aware that the elderly are more risk for COVID infection. Is there any specific age vulnerability for mental health issues during this period?
As you correctly pointed out, yes, COVID-19 infection is much more common, or people at elderly age group are at a higher risk for the harmful effects of the COVID-19. But as I said, there is no mental health issue because of the COVID, but the effect of staying at home affects everyone, from the small child till the elderly people. Every age group is affected. Like you pointed out, not only the husband, wife who's there, the child is seeing the constant stress, the bickering which is taking place between the parents. The elderly have to stay in that kind of confinement. Though the children, they are liking it that the children are there at home, but unfortunately the children are there in calls. They're not spending time with the elderly. And their own social support of the other elderly, that is also missing. And they're not so, I should not be saying, but they may not be so technically savvy where they get onto WhatsApp or Zoom and be in touch with them. So there's kind of social isolation. Though they are in the same house, they are socially isolated, which is increasing the stress problems in the elderly too.
And again, in a urban city like us in Bangalore, where most of the children are not with parents, so they were on and off visiting parents, so that also has stopped suddenly.
That's also stopped suddenly. So the support, we saw so many people raising queries that they supply medicines to their parents, they supply food material to the parents, which kind of got shut off suddenly, all of a sudden in the last 5 weeks. So it has caused a lot of unaccountable stress to so many people.
True. So if my understanding is clear, that it means all age groups are susceptible to the development of the mental issues. So is there any other factors which put people at risk to develop mental health issues?
Yes, as you pointed out just now, people staying alone. Like the elderly staying alone without any support of their kith and kin. It again makes them more vulnerable. What if something happens to me?
That is, I think, again, very valid points, because I know a lady, she's all by herself, maybe late 60s or early 70s, very healthy. But then, unfortunately, both the children are in US, and so it is triggering her continuously that if something happens to me, they won't even be able to come to Bangalore. Then what will happen? Who is there to take me even to the hospital? There is no one. So probably that again is causing a stress, to the persons, those who are staying alone.
Yeah, but I would like to bring it to a point that the government has been very proactive in having an elderly helpline, senior citizen helpline, where help has been provided, and they are still providing help for senior citizens who don't have this kind of assistance. But the fear, the thought which is there is something which is quite stressful, quite draining, and it kind of saps away all the energy.
Earlier, though, the children is US, they were thinking that okay, they are, they can come down
About
at
24
any
hours
time,
away.
yeah. But then now it is that stress itself is causing, I think, harm to
Yes,
the people.
quite a few number of people.
Um, there's been increase in this, during this lockdown period, lot of psychological issues. I'm sure you are also facing that, or people are coming to you. What is the number that you see, that is it adult more or young people or the kids who actually is seeking help of, psychological help required or the psychiatry help required?
Uh, Quite surprisingly, it shows the somewhere people between the age of 20 to 40 who were
Oh.
seeking a lot of help.
Okay.
Probably the reason is one, the kind of
Office going has stopped.
office going, the work pressure
Yes.
getting onto them.
Huh.
The easy accessibility, like the teleconsultations had improved, had increased.
Mhm.
So probably the accessibility of the
Mhm.
mobile and the way to handle the various the
Mhm.
electronic platforms, which has brought these people onto online problems. And like I said, these are the people who are probably going out more often. And suddenly when that clamp
Confinement
came that
happened, huh.
you can't go outside, that led to that distress
Mhm.
and seeking a lot
Probably
of help.
again, initially it was quite okay, but then as the day passed and it became month become 2 months.
It's the fear of not having an end date.
Yes.
It's always easy to live a life when you know, easy to tackle a problem when you know that it's for a limited number of days.
True, true, true.
But when you don't know the end date,
Huh.
it becomes quite difficult.
So, doctor, what would you consider as a healthy way to handle the lockdown period?
I feel the cornerstone to handle this lockdown period is to have a schedule or have a timetable. That is
Okay.
the base. What has happened is that is one thing which has disappeared from everybody's life. As you pointed out, a working hour which used to be 8-9 hours
Yes.
has suddenly turned out to 15-16 hours.
Yes.
Because it's at home. So the managers or bosses think that they can call up anytime. They
Yes.
are at home, he's at
Yes.
home. So
Yeah.
there's a call.
Huh.
So it's as if he's on work for majority time. He or she's at work for majority time of the day. So at times, there's one of my clients. It came to an extent because of his work. He was only working, sleeping. He had not taken a bath for the last 4 days.
Oh my God.
But that's the kind of work which loss of timetable which is happening.
Huh.
So I really feel what is very important is to have a timetable and try to keep it as normal as the pre-lockdown period was, so that that sense of normalcy exists and that things are going to eventually become normal.
So while you are saying that the person has not taken bath for 4 days, the smile on my face, because the other day I was asking my son that today is Saturday or today is Sunday. You
lost
missed. Yeah, I lost that count. Though on and off we are coming to the hospital, but then suddenly I thought that. But then that again, the time is not like earlier. That you have to reach to the hospital at 8 o'clock. It was a little, more relaxed, and then I lost my count that which day it is. So I'm sure, like me, it is happening to most of the people.
Very
that
true. I like to share with you, like when I'm driving back to the hospital, I always listen to the radio FM. And normally weekend FMs are more lively, as if they're kind of welcoming the weekends.
Yes.
And that jingle was lost. Even the RJs used to say that every day is a weekend now, so their effect is lost now. So that's how we had a very long weekend, and probably we need to start. The Monday blues are going to start soon.
So shall we say that is a new normal? We have to live with this.
Probably, I think we need to come to terms with this new normal of probably staying more at home and minimize our going out and try to get maximum work done with minimal outgoing. So that's probably what the new normal is. And to take precautions, the mask, the social distancing, with all these concepts which we have to carry on and moving forward. I can kind of, what comes to my mind at this point of time, 2016 we had demonetization. We thought, how can we live without these 500 rupees or 2,000 rupees notes?
True.
And we successfully came out of it. So probably down the line, probably 6 months, we will be talking about coronavirus as just another infection in our life.
But then that again, I was thinking yesterday that not going in a holiday for some time, and we do not know that when going for a holiday, is so stressful. Even though we are fortunate few that working with the healthcare, that at least coming out of the home and seeing the road, driving around to the road, I consider myself as a fortunate one. But then, you know, I have the habit of traveling, which has been again said no,
Yes.
we do not know when. So, the small things causes the stress in one's life. So when you, very interestingly, you said about timetable. When sitting at home, I do not know, because you come from an army background, you are so used to all these, this time, that time, this time I have to do this, and this time is over. But then how can a normal person can sitting at home can maintain a timetable? Especially you can see the ladies at home, they are doing their Zoom phone, and then they are cooking, they are cleaning, the senior people at home taking care of that, the kids are at home taking care of that. So earlier what used to happen, as you said, that lock in one room as if you have gone to office.
Yeah.
But then for the ladies at home, it's extremely stressful. I know myself that the cook is not coming, the maid is not coming, you have to do everything. At the same time, you have to do your office work, whether you are sitting at home or you are coming to your work. And so it causes tremendous stress. And I know that probably in a period of time, in one point, I'll break down.
Yeah, it's true.
So how can you have a timetable, especially for the ladies at home?
Like what I said, there are good things which have happened in the epidemic. It is the family which has come together.
Yeah.
Quite naturally, everybody started pitching in. Probably, what I would say, what I can suggest to you is probably you need to con your husband and your children to start assisting you in all your day-to-day activities. So probably when delegation of work occurs at home, the way it occurs in the office. So once you have the delegation of work, everybody knows his job, his or her job, and then they can work around it with their kind of schedule which they have and get things done. And when I say timetable, what I really mean is a fixed working schedule, a fixed time to do exercise. There's one thing which I like to share. When you're in the office, we go out, we take a break, we have a cup of tea, we meet colleagues. So we end up walking a lot.
Right.
So we end up walking about
Right.
2-3 kilometers
Right.
inside our office.
Right, without knowing.
Without knowing.
Yes.
But while at home, it's not there.
Yes.
So probably what I'd like to tell all my clients is set up alarm in your mobile every 1 hour or 2 hours. As soon as it rings, get up and walk for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So again, you're mobilizing yourself, you're walking.
That's a really a good point for everyone.
So that way you can put various schedules in your activity. You can, in your afternoon, after lunch, you give yourself that half an hour break, listening to music. So it's a change from probably you'll be chatting with your friends. Your friends are not there. So you can sit and listen to a music. Or probably watch an episode of a sitcom. So it gives you a break, a different situation before you go back to the work. So you would attack it at much more vigor and the outputs are likely to improve.
Okay. So that's a really a good point, that set an alarm, and so that the moment it rings, you can get up, whatever you do. But then the moment alarm happens, you please get up and just walk for 5-10 minutes and then come back. Nothing is going to stop, trust me. The work will be there, everything is there, but then for 10 minutes, give yourself.
Exactly. And what is the new living, the new kind of living?
Yes.
People will understand that. Probably it become a way of life.
True. So, Doctor, we have seen that, even including myself, that I was never a movie buff or a TV. Except news, I have never seen anything. But then now whatever comes in, I keeps on watching whenever I'm at home. Especially in the evening, because in the daytime it goes to office and then your other household chores. But then I think it's too much of TV watching happen at night or once I go back home. So you know, how do you see that? Is a stress buster, or is good, bad, or what would you say that?
Yeah, before I come to the movie part, I would like to share one point with you. You know, there's something which I have been seeing with people. People have been following this news about coronavirus like a cricket commentary.
Absolutely.
No, now there are 15 cases,
Absolutely.
45 cases, 200
Absolutely.
cases. And luckily
And the
for us,
who is there, you know, the who said
Exactly.
this. You know.
the cricket commentary ends in 20 overs or 50 overs or 5 days. But unfortunately, this cricket commentary is going on and on and on.
Yes,
It is
yes.
the sixth week now.
Yes, yes.
And
And
I-
everything is in the fingertips.
Exactly. So when people read 95,000 cases of COVID, it as if all the 95,000 is surrounding that one person, and that's the person sitting next to him is going to be the next candidate. That's how it really kind of builds up onto them. I always recommend to people that please make it a point not to have this TV running or the news running the whole day. Keep it probably once a day. Let's not see the counts. Probably let's leave it to the health planners account because it matters to them.
Mhm.
For a common man, for you and me, all it matters is we need to wear a mask, we need to do social distancing, we need to wash our hands
Mhm,
regularly.
mhm.
At the end of the day, this is what matters.
Mhm.
The numbers should not really bother us because if I am protecting myself, I am also helping others. I am safe, you are safe, we all will be safe.
Yeah, so you know, to divert your mind from news to something else,
Yeah.
you know, there are Amazon Prime, Netflix, and the other things. I think that also has their own health hazards
Yes, it
of
does.
watching it
Yeah,
too
probably
much.
the way people are watching it back to back
Yes.
might cause them issues with their eyes. It
Huh.
can cause other health issues because they end up being couch potatoes.
Mhm.
They end up eating a lot of snacks.
Mhm.
So these are the issues. Like I said, probably alarms on the mobile, alarms on the TV. So now TVs have alarm where it tells you that you've been watching TV for 2 hours or watching TV for 4 hours.
Mhm.
So these are the alarms which we need to set ourselves so that we have a break
Mhm.
from these situations. Do other activities. Go do some physical activity.
Mhm.
Interact with others.
Mhm.
Like the other thing which has happened now, people have started playing games. I remember my childhood. We used to spend a lot of time playing Ludos.
Oh yeah.
And
yes.
we started playing Ludo back again with my
Chinese
kids.
checkers and
Chinese
all that,
checkers.
yes.
Started off all over again.
Yes.
Which was kind of missing in our life.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
need to thank the pandemic for it. So
Okay.
probably doing things is a need of the hour
Mhm.
for the long run.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good idea. That we also started doing that, Chinese checkers and all this,
Yeah.
carom again and
Carrom
other things.
boards. Yep.
Yeah. So you know, when you said that is blessings in disguise, sort of, for you know, to get the family unite, because otherwise, you know, the husband is somewhere, wife is somewhere, and the kids you do not know where.
What they're doing.
Yeah.
It's always a worry what these
Yes.
bundle of energies, what they're up to. It's
Yes.
always
Yes.
a worry.
So, but then we hear that lot of domestic violence also.
Yes, it's a quite unfortunate thing
Yes.
which is happening.
Yes.
Especially when, like what we said, when people come too close,
Yes.
it does kind of impinge. The big
Yeah.
boss kind of gets onto you,
Yes.
and it does indulge in increased incidence
Mhm.
of domestic violence. But what is commonly is that these people already had an issue, and these trying times has caused more problems in these people.
Mhm.
So probably what
So it could have been in the other way around, that you know, they already had a issue, they already had an interpersonal problem. So probably, as you said, that you know, bringing them closure. So that could have brought them closure instead of you know, making it even wider.
every issue has got two sides of the coin.
Mhm.
If there's a benefit to it, there is a bad effect to it
Mhm,
also.
mhm.
Like bringing the couple together has helped many couples to resolve the issues.
Mhm,
In some couples, it has led to
mhm.
separation, leading to kind of domestic violence,
Mhm.
moving away because these seeds of discontentment was already there,
Mhm.
and this kind of too much closeness has caused
Mhm.
bitterness. But it's not the norm. That's what I would like
Yeah,
to say.
because you know, the other day, as you know, you're saying that not to watch too much of TVs, but then on the psychology, you know, in one of the news channel, one psychologist came, and then someone from the women's health organization. They're seeing that they're getting much higher call than earlier onto the violence. So what could be the reason for that? That is only only that they are staying in one roof, under one roof for a long time, or there could be some other
Yeah,
issues.
I would not agree that purely staying under one roof is the issue. It is the lockdown has been a quite stressful period for all of us.
Mhm.
There has been financial constraints. Many people have lost their job.
True.
This fear of unknown.
True.
Okay, not able to care for our parents, the separation. So all of this has been building a lot of stress. And if we don't find an optimum way to relieve our stress or reduce our stress, there is a displacement of this frustration onto other areas, which
True.
often has led to a kind of domestic violence.
Mhm.
So that's also one of the increased reasons of the kind of anger being displaced onto the weaker sex and leading to domestic violence.
Uh, that's really very unfortunate,
It's
though.
quite the thing. Though there are a lot of film actors who have come up and protested against the same. It is something which we all need to understand, that it is not something which should be accepted. We need to stand up and fight against it and say a big
Mhm.
no from the very first
Mhm.
day.
Instance itself. Yeah.
Very first day itself.
Mhm.
But the Indian culture, the kind of teaching which is there to the ladies is that you need to just move on
Yes.
with life.
Yes. Yes.
It's something probably we need to have a
Over
rethink,
very-
and
yes. Yes. Very true.
because once you allow it to happen, probably perpetuates the
There's no
activity
end to
again.
it. Yes. So moving to a different question now, that the children at home, they do not know what has happened. I'm not talking of the young adult. It's the children who generally do not see parents at home, or one parent is always going out. So they do not know what is COVID, what has happened, why they are not allowed to go out. So how to handle those children at home? I'm sure that they will be agitated enough, sitting at home, or playing with the father or mother only, or the grandparents if they have. So how to handle those kids?
I'd like to share with you an incident which occurred a few days back.
Okay.
I was just walking in the complex. I heard two children talking. He said that the maids are going to come back, and there are a lot of people going to die in the complex.
Okay.
And it was kind of a shock to me. I just stood there and said, "Why do you think so?" He said, "My father has said that once the maid comes, they're going to bring all COVID,
Okay.
and many people are going to die of it." The reason why I'm sharing this incident is, there are many times when elders talk among ourselves, not realizing that our children are listening to us and interpreting it in their own way.
True.
I'm sure the parents wouldn't have been saying in so many words,
True.
but the way the child has interpreted the whole issue,
Mhm.
it is as if I'm going to die or my parents are going to die. This
The moment the maid comes.
this instills a lot of anxiety, fear among the children. So probably what I would advise all parents is, please sit down with your children, talk to them, tell them in the language which they understand, in simple terms,
Mhm.
about this infection, as to how safe we are and how to ensure our safety and their safety. Probably once we're able to share with them,
They're very intelligent.
and they will
They're
understand.
Yes.
And
Yes.
more importantly, not to share our anxiety, or not to put our anxiety into them, because we do carry our anxieties. So probably when we start translating it onto them, that's when they carry it and they have these irrational thoughts and behaviors. So a lot of children are presenting with temper tantrums, sudden bursts of anger, breaking of things, banging doors. These kind of erratic behaviors are on increase, and probably these are just ways of showing their fear and anxiety. Probably if this is happening with your child, just think, probably, is my child anxious, worried about something? Is he worried that what will happen if his parents die, or what will happen if something happens to him? So these are the kind of
And then the schools
worries.
are also closed, so that is
Yes.
another big thing for them.
They're not able to share it with their friends also.
Yes.
And a child doesn't like to share his fears with his friends.
Absolutely.
So as a parent, probably if we sit down and talk to them, they may come out. And we can put the things into the right perspective. the things which they can understand.
Mhm.
So I think that's what is the need of the hour.
I think that is always when they sit, both parents sit and make the environment more normal.
Exactly.
And as you said correctly, that not to show our anxiety to the children
Exactly.
for anything. So they carry a different. If they see even from the distance,
They can make out.
Yeah, they can
Yes.
make out that something is wrong.
Exactly.
So I think the more easier way is that more and more talk to them and
There's
talk-
already a lot of information overload. We have so many WhatsApp forwards
Yes,
about things.
yes.
So what we really require is simple things to be told to children, what they should do and what they should not do, and how they can help themselves.
True.
Kind of drill can be set up in my house. Like it's a drill in my house now. Whenever anybody, I'm going
Mhm.
outside, one of my kids will always ask me, "Are you wearing the mask?" So it's a kind of self protection which is going in the house. So when they go out, we also ask them, "Are you wearing a mask?"
True.
So it's a kind of drill which happens in the house.
Huh.
So everybody is kind of helping each other way in their own
Mhm.
manner. So such drills can happen
True.
in each house, and it can help in the betterment.
Mhm. As we have seen that we were also discussing, or also seen at our home, that children are more into electronic media now. They have no choice, and on top of that, now the online classes. They cannot go outside and have their classes to the regular schools, where more of interaction, and more of classes, more of naughtiness. Everything has been stopped. So I'm sure that this has, some effect onto them. So how to address those situations?
So probably this is the time when whichever parent can spare some time to sit with a child, teach them gardening, teach them cooking. One of my nephews has started learning baking, and he started making cookies. So that's the way kind of the
De-stressing.
child is, de-stressing. The child is so happy that the cookie is made,
Huh.
and he kind of takes photographs, sends it to his friends. So he finds that
Huh.
it's something the new novel. He's happy sharing doing it.
Right,
So
right.
probably one can encourage hobbies which your child likes, either playing the instrument, guitar, learning music, or probably just having quizzes, throwing questions at them.
Mhm.
So that itself will get them.
Very true. Actually, we as a parent, we have to be innovative.
Yeah.
That what we can do, how we can do it.
Exactly.
We cannot just keep on complaining that they are watching this, so this will happen. They are on online class. What can we do? So more than the child, I think we as a parent, we have become a complain person that they are watching this, so they are stressful.
So I always like to say, when you say no, don't do this, you also have to add to it, do this. So a child will respond better to that thing than just saying, don't sit in front of the TV, don't jump in the sofa.
What is the alternative?
What is the alternative? So once you give an alternative to the child accepts it much better. So couple know with what he should do.
Mhm.
Things work much better.
Mhm. Similarly, like child, there is another, elder child at home.
Vulnerable age group, yes.
With the vulnerable age, and they're susceptible to everything. And earlier they were looking forward to early in the morning to go for yoga. That has been stopped. Going for laughing class, that has been stopped. And they are not much into the social media or into the WhatsApp and all those. So, and I'm sure if they do not even express, but they are stressed themselves that they are not meeting people which they are quite used to. They are not going out which they were quite used to. So, how about their stress level? How to handle their stress? You can ask your child to do baking, but how will you handle those senior
You
children
can't
at
tell your
home?
mother-in-law to do something. Is that what you mean to say? Yeah, I agree with you on that point. What really happens, what we need to do is, I like to clarify one point here. We all are talking about that the elderly are at a higher risk. Probably, if my understanding is correct, what we mean is, if I take 100 young person or 100 elderly, probably the chances that an elderly may have a fatal outcome is higher. So when I look at the numbers, so probably 100 young, the fatality may be 1. When 100 elderly, the fatality may be 5. What people are not seeing or not understanding is, yes, the 5 people may have a bad turnout, but the 95%, the turnout is good. They are coming out of it successfully. So people are running behind that 5% and losing the bigger picture that 95% are coming out well.
Very true, very true.
So if people understand that I am at a risk, my age is at a risk, diabetes puts me at a risk. So if I take my precautions, there's a very high chance that I may come out of it very successfully.
Very true.
It is when I start taking unnecessary risks, that is when I put myself at a risk. So firstly, it is not that all elderlies are going to die. Secondly, we go back to the basic, what we need to do. And thirdly, like for elderly also, set a timetable. Yes, they can't do yoga in the park, but can they do yoga inside the house?
Yes, certainly they can.
They can't do the walking outside. Can they do the walking inside the house? So we need to find alternatives. They may not be able to spend time with their friends. Can we, people, spend some extra time with them to spend, involve them in our games, involve them in our talks?
Well, doctor, you tell me one thing, that when we walk inside the house, earlier they used to say that unless and until you go out and do the walking, this walking will not help you. So, now you're saying that if not go out, walk inside the house. So does it really help?
Yes. For a marriage, you might require a Kanchipuram sari. But if I can't afford a Kanchipuram sari, can a normal sari also go through? It can, isn't it? Same way, the best solution is to go walk outside. Yes, today the walk outside may not be possible. So what is the second best method? Walk inside. And the 10 minutes rule every hour. So every 10 minutes you walk inside the house. So you don't get bored too much, because you're walking the same circle again and again, you get bored. So it is not that monotonous. And you kind of put in, like what my dad likes to say, we have a figure of 8 in the house. So he keeps doing the figure of 8 in different ways. So that's the way they find it entertaining. So one has to find some various methods to entertain themselves. So morning they do it with some shloka, in the evening they do it with a different shloka. So that's the way of life. So that's a new way of life, I would say.
Now the lockdown in Bangalore is almost over. In some part of the country it's not. So as the people have started going out from today, do you think the psychological improvement is, we can see the visible improvement onto that?
Yes, there will be a bit relief now that there's no restriction for staying indoors.
Yeah.
There would be kind of initial relief. But the impact of this opening might be an increase in the incidence of the illness, which is again going to kind of give the fear psychosis that I'm going outside, it's causing me problem. So people are going to kind of stay again indoors, try to, the fear psychosis, like I had one of my neighbors who used to wash the newspaper, dry it and read it the next day. So these are the kind of systems they've got developed into. So this is the kind of fear which is working. So once the incidence numbers increase, which is expected in the near future till the vaccines come in, this anxiety is going to again swell up. And what we need to understand is that this is something which we need to live, tackle and accept. If we don't start accepting this new normal, that we need to move with a mask, we need to have social distancing, it has to become a way of life. This is what is, the more easily we accept it, the much better the outcome is going to be. The more we fight it, the more difficult it's going to become for us. So probably this is what is the way ahead. But I feel that probably, yes, the stress may come down for next few weeks, but I feel it's going to pick up and the incidence is going to be rising because of the persistent stress, because we don't know which is the end date for this epidemic, for this pandemic, sorry.
Right. So anything to our viewers?
At the end, I would only
on the stress level, how to cut down the stress
At the end, I would only like to summarize saying that this pandemic is not very bad as all people talk about. It has given us a lot of family life. We have identified with our families. We have understood our children well. We have understood our parents well. More importantly,
parents are happy.
We have understood ourselves well.
Much better.
That's more important.
Yeah.
And this pandemic is there to stay. So the physical effects and the mental effects which the pandemic is causing, is going to stay.
So we have to accept it.
So we need to accept it and start learning to tackle it.
True.
The increased incidence of panic attack, this fear that what will happen. So probably I need to have an alternative health system for myself.
Very true.
Though my children may not be reaching, so let me develop an alternative health system for us. So that's something which we need to help
because
us.
Now the complaint will not help, because if we complain,
it's only going to increase our distress.
Absolutely. So this is how we have to live now. We have to learn that how to live with the new normal.
And it is happening. People are coming out and helping.
Yes.
We saw people coming out and donating food.
Yes.
We have seen people coming and helping neighbors. So it is something which people are changing.
Right.
It is something which we are evolving. So that's something which is very positive.
Right.
So things are changing, and I feel that this change needs to proceed further or move forward for the greater good of the humanity.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Because of this pandemic situation, we are not encouraging people to come and visit hospital for all possible reasons for you, for your safety. However, our OPD is open, our emergency is open 24/7. All doctors are available on the video consultation. You can log into www.sagarhospitals.in. Not only the video consultation, other services are also available. You can check all through. The sample collection, everything is done as a home health care basis. So unless and until it's an emergency, we are not encouraging people to visit hospital. Thank you so much for watching us. Stay safe and have a healthy life. Thank you.
Thank you. Please stay safe.